Maybe you just didn't even know it for like 10 years. Someone comes along and says, you're called in a prophetic ministry. Suddenly there's a spark in your spirit that cannot go out because now there's a confirmation. So I was saying one of the roles of a prophet in the New Testament um, that has replaced the autonomy of a prophet in the Old Testament. Amos chapter 3, verse 7 says, behold, the Lord will do nothing on earth, lest he reveals his secrets to his servants, the prophets. That was an Old Testament thing. In the New Testament, that doesn't work anymore because the sheep hear my voice. So every single person can hear God for themselves. So what is the role of a prophet then in our New Testament church? Is to confirm what God has already told you. Is to come to you and say, this is what I hear God saying. And you'll be like, oh, that's a witness. There's 5 different people who have told me the same thing. So I'm confirming what God has already told you. I'm bearing witness to your spirit. I'm not saying something strange. It's something you already know. So most of the prophecies that we have today with the last 4 digits of your phone number have nothing to do with prophecy. That's divination. And sorcerers and witches and psychics can do the same thing. So that has nothing to do with the prophetic ministry. So I do believe that confirmation do come later on, and sometimes God will confirm through visions and dreams, and then later on confirmed by men or women as God, implements the plan for that kind of person who's called in the prophetic.
Why do you think that the prophets of old were hated so much? And do you think that it is the same today?
Oh yeah, it is the same today. They were hated because they spoke something that went against the human nature.
Right.
I mean, we have a human nature inside of us. There's an aspect of you that is the old you that is irredeemable, and then there's a new you that was, regenerated at salvation. And so we have a set mind on certain issues. Prophets from the Old Testament always spoke against the grain. They rocked the boat. And today in our culture, we don't like people who rock the boat. We want to get along. Let's just get along. No, it doesn't work like that if you're in the prophetic ministry because you see everything black and white. You tend to see everything as God wants it to be seen, and you speak it as God wants it to be spoken. And it's an aspect of a prophetic that is called boldness and agility that other offices may not have. So when a prophet comes around, his words may be sharp pointed. I'm going to use my palm here to describe it. You have the apostle and you have the prophet. It's the pointing finger. All
See, if
right.
I've ever pointed my finger at you,
But
don't get mad at me.
but here's the thing, the very finger that is pointed, and I always remind the prophets that yes, you may be given the opportunity to point the fingers, but you have 3 other fingers pointing back at you. So before you go point your finger, deal with the 3 issues you have. you know, so a prophet can point the finger, and a prophet is also close to the apostle because their
Yeah.
ministries work with each other.
Yeah.
All right. A prophet without an apostle is a dangerous man. An apostle without a prophet is a useless man.
So true.
And then you have the long finger here is the evangelist, is the one reaching out to the world, bringing the souls. And then you have the pastor and the teacher, which is the last 2 fingers here. They do the work of building the body. So you can see the apostle can interact with all the offices, but try to see the prophet trying to reach to the pastor. It's kind of a challenge, right? Because these ministries, the pastor and the teacher, they are grace oriented ministry. A prophet is law oriented. You get it?
True.
So I'm trying to move this finger. It's not even going anywhere. So so sometimes there could be misunderstanding between prophets and pastors because the prophet wants people to grow up like tomorrow. Get off your diapers today.
He's reading my entire life right here.
Get off your diapers today. But the pastor may say, get off your diapers tomorrow. Let's wait a little bit longer. He's long suffering. And the reason why he's doing that is because he stays with the sheep consistently, is after the welfare of the sheep. So someone can be drinking one bottle of beer, and they come to the pastor, and the pastor will say, you only drink 1 beer? You started with 10, right? So you're only drinking 1. With time, you'll stop drinking that one. The prophet will say, quit the beer now. Get rid of the bottle Now, so you see that there's nothing wrong. It's just the aspect of the two ministries. One of the aspect of the prophetic ministry is zero tolerance on sin, but they also have to be very careful that as they judge, they're judging from a right standing with God, from a spiritual perspective.